Stalingrad, winter 1942, a city locked in battle, not just with armies, but with a merciless cold. Temperatures plunged to -40°C. For the German Sixth Army, cut off and surrounded, the cold became the deadliest enemy. Soldiers lacked proper winter gear. Frostbite was rampant, fingers, toes, even faces turned numb, then blackened by gangrene. Many froze to death in their sleep, bodies found stiff in shallow foxholes. Every scrap of wood was precious for warmth, but lighting a fire risked a sniper's bullet. Men huddled in ruined basements, sharing body heat, gambling each night against the cold. Survival shrank to basics: a crust of frozen bread, a moment out of the wind, the hope of feeling in a frozen hand. The cold was a great leveler, striking officers and privates alike. In Stalingrad's ruins, the fight for survival against winter overshadowed all else. The city became a tomb, and winter, its warden. Each hour endured was a victory. The grand strategies of generals meant little to men whose only goal was to see the next sunrise. The cold was relentless, impartial, and utterly unforgiving. Hope itself became the main casualty. In Stalingrad, winter was the true conqueror. The battle was not just for the city, but for every breath in the frozen air. In Stalingrad, the cold didn't just attack men, it crippled their machines. Rifles and machine guns froze, lubricating oil turned to sludge. Soldiers warmed gunbolts inside their coats, desperate to keep weapons working. Tanks became useless hulks, engines refusing to start. Tracks frozen to the ground. Crews risked lighting fires under engines, exposing themselves to enemy fire. Mortars and artillery jammed, grenades malfunctioned. The German war machine, once unstoppable, was paralyzed by ice. Technology failed. Men fought with bayonets and shovels in brutal close combat. The psychological blow was immense. Machines meant to protect now betrayed them. The cold stripped away their confidence, leaving only fear and vulnerability. In Stalingrad, nature proved the ultimate enemy. In Stalingrad, a wound was often a death sentence. Medics had no supplies, wounds froze, infection set in, and gangrene spread. Hunger gnawed at every man. Rations dwindled to scraps of frozen bread and thin soup. Starvation and cold worked together, draining strength and hope. The wounded lay in dark, unheated cellars, surrounded by the dying. Morphine was gone, pain was constant. Men became walking skeletons, uniforms hanging from emaciated bodies. The body itself became an enemy, betraying them with every shiver and pang. The fight was no longer for victory, but for another hour of life. In Stalingrad, survival was the only battle left. As weeks passed, the siege of Stalingrad became a siege of the mind. Hope faded, promises of rescue grew hollow. Some men gave up, others lost their sanity, wandering into no man's land. The will to live was eroded by hunger, cold, and despair. Small comforts, a photo, a letter, a memory, became lifelines. Comradeship was the last warmth, men sharing bread or a coat to keep each other going. The real battle was for the mind, not just the city. Stalingrad proved that war is fought as much against the elements as the enemy. The cold broke bodies and spirits alike. In the end, survival depended on what memory you clung to in the darkness.